Dear viewers, welcome to the latest update on violent Typhoon Dolphin from today, 29 July 2026, and the outlook for the next few days. Subscribe to our channel for daily weather updates and stay informed about the latest tropical weather developments. Typhoon Dolphin remains an extremely dangerous tropical cyclone over the western North Pacific and continues to pose a serious threat to marine interests across the open ocean. Even though the cyclone is currently far from populated land areas, it is a powerful system capable of producing destructive winds, torrential rainfall, dangerous storm surge near any future landfall, extremely rough seas, flash flooding, and landslides wherever its path may eventually take it. Mariners are strongly advised to avoid the affected waters as sea conditions around the cyclone remain exceptionally hazardous. As of the latest analysis, Typhoon Dolphin, also designated as Japanese Typhoon number 13, is located around 635 kilometers south-southeast of Wake Island. The storm has been moving towards the west-northwest at approximately 17 kilometers per hour, while generating maximum significant wave heights of 11.6 meters, or around 38 feet, indicating extremely dangerous conditions across the surrounding ocean. Meteorologists expect Dolphin to continue tracking generally northwestward during the next 4 days. This movement is being controlled by a large subtropical ridge positioned over the central North Pacific. Towards the end of the forecast period, however, atmospheric conditions are expected to change. A weakening long-wave trough near the Kuril Islands will allow the subtropical ridge to strengthen north of the cyclone, gradually steering Dolphin on a more westward track by around day 5. In terms of intensity, Dolphin is currently undergoing a temporary weakening phase. Forecasters explain that this is the result of an eye wall replacement cycle, a natural process often seen in extremely powerful tropical cyclones. During this process, the storm temporarily weakens before reorganizing itself. Because Dolphin remains a relatively compact cyclone, experts believe this eye wall replacement cycle should finish within the next 6 to 12 hours. Once that process is complete, conditions are expected to become highly favorable for another period of rapid intensification. Dolphin will travel over exceptionally warm ocean waters with sea surface temperatures between 31 and 32 degrees Celsius. At the same time, ocean heat content along its projected path remains extremely high, providing abundant energy to fuel the storm. In addition, the moderate wind shear currently affecting Dolphin is forecast to decrease significantly after about 36 hours, allowing the cyclone to strengthen more efficiently. Because of these favorable environmental conditions, forecasters predict Dolphin could rapidly regain strength and reach an astonishing peak intensity of around 280 kilometers per hour, equivalent to 150 knots. Should this forecast verify, Dolphin would become one of the most intense tropical cyclones observed this season. Meteorologists also caution that any future eye wall replacement cycles could make Dolphin's intensity fluctuate unpredictably, while simultaneously expanding the size of its wind field. This means the strongest winds may become spread across a much larger area, increasing marine hazards even if the storm's peak wind speeds vary. Looking further ahead, the system is expected to gradually weaken after approximately 4 to 5 days as it moves into regions with lower ocean heat content and encounters a more complex wind shear environment. Even so, Dolphin remains predicted to remain a very powerful typhoon throughout much of the extended outlook. Forecast confidence regarding the storm's track remains relatively high. Most leading global weather models agree that Dolphin will continue northwest before eventually turning west or west-northwest later in the forecast period. The primary uncertainty concerns exactly when that westward turn will occur. Some forecast models, including the JGSM, ECMWF, and GALWEM solutions, indicate an earlier turn, while several advanced artificial intelligence guidance systems suggest the turn may happen slightly later. The Joint Typhoon Warning Center has placed its official forecast close to the overall model consensus and particularly near the GFS and DeepMind guidance. Intensity forecasts, however, remain more uncertain. Different forecast models continue to show a wide range of possible outcomes. One recent HAFSA model run lowered its predicted peak intensity considerably, while its parent model continued to indicate a much stronger cyclone. Given these differences, forecasters have relied heavily on current satellite observations and the expectation that rapid intensification will resume once the ongoing eye wall replacement cycle is complete. To summarize, Typhoon Dolphin remains an exceptionally dangerous cyclone, with another significant strengthening phase expected during the coming days. Although it is currently over the open Pacific Ocean, anyone with interests across the western North Pacific should closely monitor future forecasts, as even small changes in track or intensity could have important consequences. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, continue following official weather advisories, and subscribe to our channel for the latest daily updates on Typhoon Dolphin and other developing weather systems around the world.